Thank you, Cameron, and thank you, everybody, for making the time to come for this meeting. It's been extremely well organised and much appreciated. I'm from GITEX Technology Week and GITEX Future Stars, part of the Dubai World Trade Center. So I'm just here to really go through what we're doing for the show, the importance of Russia within the context of both shows, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions after the presentation. Market dynamics is pretty straightforward. These are the main revenue figures that we have, the market sizes. I don't want to go through everything in detail because I only have 15 minutes, but you should have copies of this report on your seats, and I'm more than happy to discuss in further detail. But the market is very big and it's growing. Again, the figures are fairly straightforward. I don't want to keep going and referring back to them. The key thing, as Natalia has illustrated, is that Dubai and the Middle East is a huge area of opportunity. GITEX Technology Week has grown exponentially since it was launched 39 years ago, and already in 4 years, GITEX Future Stars has doubled in size. The beauty about exhibitions is they're very black and white. If they work, they will grow, people come back. And if they don't work, you don't get the right ROI, they will not work, you will not come back, we will not grow. There's a huge amount of activity around GITEX. It's, again, quite straightforward. The key thing and the key strategy, the overall strategy behind GITEX is not to make it a pretty show, although that helps, is to make sure we get the right audience for our exhibitors. Our exhibitors invest a lot of money in trying to establish a footprint within the Middle East. Our role as an event organizer is to facilitate the connection between the region, between the company, and between organizations like Dubai Chamber. It's a market for you to promote your solutions. You want to promote them to the right people. We spend a lot of time and a lot of money making sure we get the right people in the right sectors to the right exhibitors. You can then measure your ROI. You can then see how effective your leads are. All of these just show the amount of activity from the GITEX Awards, from the conferences that we do. It's all to do with connections. It's all to do with you guys as potential exhibitors meeting the right people. This is the 39th edition. The show has to evolve every year. So we're focusing on 5G, consumer technology. We're really driving the consumer tech via smart homes, wearable technology, smart workplace technology. We're looking at future transportation, and then the two buzzwords, AI and blockchain. I've been told I had to mention this, otherwise I'll get killed. We have a huge conference coming up, organized sponsored by and patronized by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, but also with the world's first Minister of AI. It's called AI Everything, and that's from April the 30th to May the 1st in Dubai. If you are there, please come. It's going to be a voyage of discovery. They have done it now. So, in terms of exhibitors that come, again, I can go through every single one. We have the global players. We have countries from all over the world in terms of country pavilions, from Korea, from China, from the UK, from the States, from Canada. I can go on. It's a very big show. But again, they come back because their exhibitors and vendors are happy with the response they get. Again, go back to the measuring your ROI. If you get 30 people coming to your stand and they're all no good, there's no potential business there, you won't come back. So it's my job and the team's job and Cameron's job to make sure we work together to make sure you come back, you say, we want more space, we want to come back, Middle East is where it's happening. Why is GITEX essential? I think when you're talking about numbers and ROI, I think we can always say it's a fantastic show. What does it actually mean? To you guys, it means nothing. It's only fantastic if it works for you. 80% of our exhibitors had at least 2 RFPs, this request for proposals. That, I think, is the most important stat, really. It means when you have over 4,700 exhibitors, 80% of those are sourcing potential business. That is a key figure for GITEX. If we don't deliver that, the show will shrink. I think other shows around the world have had this issue and are having big problems. It's very difficult and it's very stressful, but it's worth doing because it's, at the end of the day, it's great to have a big show, but big shows people get lost and it can lose ROI for exhibitors across any of the hall. So we're very focused on driving that sector strategy. The international brands, we have 21 sectors in GITEX. You can see global smart cities, networking and security. We have key players in each of the sectors. Again, that's not for me to say, look how great GITEX is. If it didn't work, they wouldn't come back to us. The show is growing, as I said. It's in its 39th edition, looking to be the biggest yet. We have the key bellwethers. Take something as sexy as printing and business solutions, yeah? It's photocopiers, projectors, it's office systems. We have Canon, we have Epson, we have some of the hugest players in the global markets. They come to the Middle East, they have their Middle East offices because it's a big, big region for them. Middle East has been an emerging market for, what, 10, 15, even 20 years, and it continues to be so. Again, just going through more of the brands. Again, you have copies of this on your seat, so I'm not going to go through every single one, and we'll be here all day. But the key thing, again, is to show each sector works. I think 5 years ago, it was labelled at GITEX, it was too big. Visitors will come and get completely lost. What is the point for our exhibitors if you're getting visitors that, in the security hall looking for printing solutions? So the show's constantly evolving, and you see, we get the key bellwethers coming back to us. So there is a story there that shows return on investment actually works at this show. Again, more international brands. Who comes? I mean, again, top sectors. You've got you want to see the visitors coming from all around the world. It is a global show. While it's based in the Middle East, we get visitors from US, from China, from India. These are key countries that are spending money, and the people that are coming to the show are not coming to get stress balls and other merchandise. They're looking to spend money. They're looking to procure. This is where your opportunity lies. It's a two-way street, and I will say this. It's not a case of when you come to Cameron, you book your stand, and that's it. Or you come through me, you book your stand, and that's it. It's a two-way street, guys. We've got to work together. When the contract is signed, we want stories about what solutions you're going to promote. We've got a huge database, and we use our social media channels. If you've got a 9 square meter stand and you're bringing some new technology to the area, to the region, that's fantastic. We want to create that buzz and start shouting about it. We don't want to take your contract, take your money, oh, that's it. No, we're not interested now. The relationship starts when the contract's signed, and the sooner we get everything done, the sooner we action the marketing, the social media, and really create a buzz. It's across all our sectors, and this is one reason why we get such a good retention rate, is because we do work very, very hard. But sometimes some clients just sign the contract and think, that's it, it's all done. Doesn't really work that way, because sometimes then they'll come back to us and say, oh, we didn't get that good a response. Well, there's a reason for that. Okay, so we all have to work together. And anytime you have any queries, questions, you can call me, you can call Cameron. We've got WhatsApp, let's use tech, it works. So you've got a list of the top visiting countries, just to show the globality of the show. Just, you know, the top reason. They're looking to source products. It's not a consumer show. It's been called a consumer show before, it's not now. We've made it over the years, it's become more of a B2B show. It's all about connections, it's all about meetings, it's all about getting the right people. It's all about you guys coming back saying, that was great, we've got loads of good leads and loads of potential business out of this. If you get 2-3 bits of business out of that, that's fantastic. So, you had some pretty new stuff last year. Did anyone come to the exhibition last year? Anyone? Great, gold star. Did you see the flying car in the Etisalat stand? Oh, well. You saw it, fantastic. So, yeah, we had a flying car. The point at GITEX also is to wow people, and people to come to the show and go, whoa, that was fantastic. That's amazing. Because what works is word-of-mouth marketing for us. What works is people come to the show and having a really good experience. The visitor experience is key for them to maximize their spending power at the show, which is why they need to know where they're going, and they need to know what they're looking for and know where to find it. That's where I come in, and that's where Cameron comes in. But yeah, so I hope most of you, or all of you, come to the show in October and see it is a pretty wow show. Yeah, new things really. Part of the show is reacting to demand, and the demand in consumer tech is growing exponentially. Obviously, you have CES in Vegas, but I think when you look globally, so Europe is having a lot of problems economically. There are issues all around the world, but the Middle East is still seen as a huge market. We've got all these countries. We've got Saudi's 2030 vision. We've got Kuwait's 2035 vision. We've got Abu Dhabi's 2030 vision. Dubai has already been explained, the growth and wealth of ambition across the whole region. And this is why they're going to procure and spend money on objects and solutions that can help them achieve their objectives. We, for example, and this is quite a key thing, if you guys are targeting MENA governments, we have the biggest MENA government representation of any event in the world. Smart Dubai, for example, takes 2 stands of over 1,900 square meters each. Just to give you an idea. They're like 2 halls. These guys is the only place where you can get these guys under one roof at one time. We have Ministries of Interior from Saudi. We have ITIDA from Egypt. We have RTA. We have Dubai Courts. We have all the government ministries exhibiting in one hall. It's, like I say, the biggest in the world. So a lot of our companies want to target these people and try and make connections. Again, connections is the theme. That's where we're coming in. Highlights for the 4 major techs for growth. I think we've already said this. Smart cities, artificial intelligence, future mobility, and cybersecurity. The cybersec market, well, the cybersec exhibitors in GITEX grew 28% year on year. We had to move it to a new hall because we needed more space. And again, the key thing is looking at who's coming to the hall, who do our exhibitors want to see. So, for example, when we had we had the Russian pavilion and the Moscow pavilion in the security hall last year. We made sure we try and get the right people to come to see the vendors in those pavilions. It's absolutely key, and I know Cameron's in discussions talking about this year. So you'll see some big changes in the hall, but it's all to develop and evolve the sector. The Gen Z community, this is a big thing. This is going across startups as well. I'll come on to GITEX Future Stars in a minute. It's the youth of today. It's these whiz kids, these tech geeks, dare I say. Generation Z, or Gen Z as we call them generically. We're going to be having every day Gen Z, I won't call it conferences, Gen Z catch-ups where you can interact with all these great new thinkers, the next generation of tech superstars. And it's really looking at, what's happening, what's in the market, what's going to be happening in 10 years' time. We're starting the conversation now. It's all about education as well, and it's very important. It's a new thing. It's something that GITEX wants to be seen as well, is a key educator. And the Gen Z, or Gen Z, however you want to call it, is all part of that strategy. The future mobility test demos, talking about driverless cars. I mean, Dubai RTA have already launched a driverless taxi. You're going to get the flying taxi soon. Autonomous vehicles, it's all the rage at the moment. This is a growing sector, and certainly in the Middle East, and certainly in Dubai, we're going to see in 2 years' time driverless taxis all around Dubai, and you might even see the drone taxis as well. So watch this space. But it's also happening in the UK, it's also happening across Europe, autonomous vehicles. So we're going to have a demo area showing the latest in this tech, in this sector. Again, it's all part of not only education, but seeing it in action. I spoke about the flying car. That's a case in point. It's happening now. I think that's fairly straightforward, really, in terms of the what we're doing in terms of our connections, in terms of our networking. It's all about one-to-one meetings. It's all about networking. I just don't want to repeat myself again. Again, targeting. You let us know who you want to see, what kind of job titles, what sectors, what type of companies you want to see. Is it government, or am I making an assumption? I don't know. This is part of the two-way communication I was referring to. If you let us know and tell us, then we can, let's say, we can promote accordingly to try and match who you want to see with our database, because we have that facility, and we don't charge for it either. The Design Thinking Lab, this is, again, getting into the future, the brains of the future, what's happening. It's another activation area of great interest. We did Student Lab over the last few years. This is taking it on one step further. We're sourcing sort of the 100 brainiacs, should we say. We're bringing them in. They're going to be working on projects. real-life projects, and then presenting them at GITEX. This is the whole agenda in terms of the conferences, in terms of when they're happening. It's a real opportunity for education, learning. We're getting global speakers in all of these conferences. It's a sector-led strategy. So if your solution is more healthcare-led, we have a healthcare vertical day, etc., etc. It's fairly straightforward. Again, it's all part of making sure delegates know when they're coming, what to see, when they need to see it. These are senior people. Their time is a resource, and they need to know exactly they'll come in, visit the conference, and then come out. It's the way it works. It's to maximise the efficiency of their time. These are just examples of some of the global speakers that we had at last year's event. We've got a few testimonials, all very, very positive. Again, these guys don't normally give testimonials, and they were very happy to do so. This is all part of engendering the positive experience that GITEX Technology Week offers. It's not a case of coming to Dubai, you have a good time, which I hope you will all do. It's a case of making sure you maximise the time and investment that you're making at GITEX and make sure it benefits your business. This is just the floor plan. It gives you the scale of the whole show. It's the whole venue. It's, what can I say? It to take every single square metre up. And this is why we've been called too big, which is why we've sectorised it to almost take 21 shows under the GITEX umbrella. So everyone will know where to go and how to get there and where to find. That's the sales team. That's me and the rest of the gang. And that's GITEX. Did we have any GFS on here? You want to cover it? Okay, fine. Thank you very much.